we go. This should be one of the better matches of the day. LG, Rise. Rise won, what, the 2K a couple of weeks ago. They've got a new look roster. They're feeling very good, Miles.
They got to be feeling good, and I hope they're dressed warm because we're going to have 3 forests.
Right.
But here we go, kicking this one off already. Rise going to be getting the first few points here on what is going to be the first of 3 very, very exciting matches, Clint. Still, Clint, what do you think of this one so far? Because, again, for me, Luminosity are a team that I think underperformed in the last event. I think it's fair to say that we had higher expectations for them. I think they got a lot to prove here in New Orleans, but...
Certainly.
Is it on them to do it?
Yeah, I mean, they struggle at Dallas. They don't get the finish they want, but then they come out and win Montreal. They start to look a lot better over the past couple months, so you think they're going to bring that here, but right now, very, very slow start. It's all Rise. They're going to be leading this one, what, 31-0 off the break. We know how dominant that Cape Hardpoint can be if you get in early control. That's exactly what Rise did. LG now going to have to answer back as we get into Ruins.
Slower than Ralph Wiggum. Here we go, still on board now with Methodz from Rise Nation as they now try to push on forward, keeping control of this lead. 34 points currently, the Ruins yet to be grabbed yet. As we see, these are coming on through from both sides. It's going to be a couple of shots exchanged. John's going to be picking up 2. Octane takes care of John, but this is Methodz. He's been playing crazy all day, Clint, and this is just testament. Smart plays. He's playing it slow. He's playing it safe. 2 in a row for him now, and he's just completely denied LG getting that hard point.
And one thing to point out, you're also seeing a little bit of a resurgence of the FG here. I mean, it's been mostly bar STG. STG's been the favorite on maps like this where you need the longer range, but the FG can get it done too. When you have those long sight lines, it's still your best, most steady gun, that 3-bullet kill, and you can dominate in range. You're seeing a bit of it from either side. Finally, Luminosity at least able to tack a couple of points on the board.
Yeah, it's nice to see a bit of blue there on the board. Of course, Luminosity in the blue trunks, that's going to be Rise Nation in the red. This is Octane, a man that just dropped 40 kills in his last matchup. Looking pretty hot so far today. See if he can keep this one going against Rise. Rise still points flowing for them. This is LG in control. Octane in control of the bunker. He's got Looney coming in from behind. His teammates are watching the forest, and here comes 3 players from Rise up through the middle, and they're going to be taken down there. Slacked out. We're going to get in there, pick up the pieces. JCap on the flank, possibly 2. TJ's going to clean them up, and this is it. Luminosity trying to hold on by their teeth, Clint, but they seem to be doing it. It seems to be going okay.
I mean, you have the spawns if you're Rise, but LG is just trying to bully their way through the front. You know, if you don't have the spawns here, the best you're trying to do is, well, the worst you're trying to do is at least contest as long as you can. They've done a solid job of that. No, they didn't get a lot of points there, but for a while they at least held Rise Nation at bay, but now finally it's a wave of kills for Rise. They're going to tack up a lot of time here. 20 seconds remaining. It'll get them out to nearly 80 points. And it's been all them thus far, but you know, we've been talking about Methodz. The confidence is there, the skill is there. A guy that we've been kind of waiting to see this resurgence is finally looking like a king again. And on the other side, is Octane going to be able to match it? I think both of them have dropped 40 bombs in hard points already this weekend. They've just been stellar from a skill standpoint.
Yeah, you see Luminosity not exactly there in the kills department. Streaks for TJ Halley there in the back end. That's going to be coming up a little bit later on. JCap currently on 4 kills in a row. Almost on a spree there, and as you can see, 50 seconds remaining here on East Road, and this is Luminosity. JCap bracing for impact, and he's going to be crushed there by TJ Halley. You can see those players pushing on through clean. That was an easy break for Rise.
It was, but they need to get JCap going. You just saw the 4 streak, but before that, I believe he started at 1-7, 1-8. He was really having a poor beginning to this. And when you're playing a team like Rise Nation, or any of these top teams in North America, you can't have one guy that just completely goes off the rails and has a slow start like that. You'll get punished like Rise is doing it to him early here, but still, a lot of gameplay left in this first hard point. Rise Nation still picking up time. It's Octane and John able to push in and now take control of the East Road hard point. LG, I mean, they've done enough to stay in this, right? They were getting blown out a bit early on, but they're not out of it whatsoever.
Now, Rise Nation again, they have the lead, they got the kills so far, but Luminosity nipping at the heels. LG want to get back into this one. This is JCap hoping to make something work there, hitting the back end of the forest in the next set of rotations. There's going to be Cave up here, and it's a big old kill from JCap. Going to pick up that first. He's going to make his way through. Octane's getting kills in the back end with Methodz. Clint, one thing you said about the FG42 making a bit of a resurgence here. It's nice to see so many weapons being used here in New Orleans already. We've got STGs coming out. We haven't exactly seen the M1s at this stage. That's the M1 911, by the way. And yeah, it's kind of cool to see a little bit of variance here.
Yeah, 3 different ARs we've seen over the course of just day 1. So it's great to see. And now, as LG finally gets some points in Cave, remember the first time through, utter domination for Rise Nation. The early part of this hard point was all Rise as well. Luminosity finally breaks in for some time, but not for long. Rise back in, TJ Halley soaking up time. Octane's going to try and push him out of this one. Swaps to the PPSH. nice shots, and he'll clear him out. But let's focus. Can we hop over to number 3 on Rise, Gunless? He's set up here in top ruin, so he's going to deal with the initial pressure that comes in from LG. Very up to the task. That is not a hard gunfight to take with a pistol flying at you when you got high ground.
Yeah, that's, again, we're talking about the SCG there in hand of Gunless. He's going to be picking up that one. As you can see, Rise now full control. Luminosity trying to break against him, but it's just like waves crashing against rocks right now. LG not able to find the hole. And that was 2 in the back end for Octane. This is Looney also making his way forward, trying to prevent those players making their way into ruins.
I talked to E6 after they lost to Rise Nation, and they played Gibraltar. I guess they banned Arden Forest. I was like, why did you ban Arden Forest? They're like, that's one of Method's best maps. He usually goes off there. He completely dominates. So E6 was scared to face him on that particular map. Right now, Method's just at +1, but leading the way for Slayers on his team right there with TJ Halley. On the other end, look at the streak starting to build up for Luminosity. John, 5 kills in a row. Octane's got 6 as well. Both getting very close to streaks here.
Yeah, it's still going strong for Octane. John was taken down there, but you can see very close, 25 points away from that mortar strike. And that is going to be influential in retaking these next few hard points. Final moments of the ruins are going to be going all towards Rise Nation. And you can see the battle for Bunker now ensuing. Slacked won't be taking home anything there except for a best effort award. TJ cleans him up big time.
Look at this spawn. I thought they had back bunker control, but Slack spawns all the way out. Now Rise immediately has control. I thought for sure Slack would pop it back bunker, but Rise has enough control there. They get the spawns. They're now set up, and now it's going to be LG once again trying to bash their heads into the front of this. If you take a look at the bottom of the minimap, number 6, that's going to be John trying to wrap behind, see if he can make a play here, but Bunker is another hard point that's been pretty much all Rise Nation.
Big plays from Rise Nation. They're managing to take out John on the flank and the players coming in through mid, hoping to catch them unaware. And again, as you can see, it's LG having to go right through the open field of the forest. They've got to make their way straight on through mid. And without the help of their teammates on the other side, if they're winning those gunfights, you know, on the cut side and on the back end, then they can make their way through mid. I haven't seen any smokes coming out, Clint, so they're not exactly using that to break this kind of setup here on Bunker. And as you can see, Rise Nation, they're just walking away with this one now. 150 and climbing. We're going to flip soon, but still, it's all Rise Nation at this point.
Yeah, you know, I said earlier that Luminosity wasn't out of it. They were still had kept that kind of 30 to 40 point deficit, but since then it's just continued to grow. You know, 10 here, 20 there, from hard point to hard point. Rise has had early control of what seems like every hard point outside of East Road. But this is a tough hard point to rack up a ton of time. We'll see if they can do it, but you have streaks now that are coming from Rise Nation. That'll help you break in as TJ Halley's able to connect. Octane looks like he's going to try and answer with a glide bomb of his own. Look how layered they are on the map if you're Rise. He'll only be able to get one. No two-piece there for him.
Yeah, pretty well spread. They've still got that mortar strike again. Octane still has that to use, and at the moment, trying to break on through, trying to get back onto East Road. This was the most profitable hard point for them at this stage, but not too far, not so far in this one. TJ Halley taking the kills there. Again, staying alive somehow there in the cabin, and he's going to be holding on as best he can, and that's still going to be Rise Nation in control of the hard point. 55 points are separating them now, Clint, and it's getting into the business end of this game.
Yeah, and just look at the minimap control again from Rise Nation. As you're going to start to rotate over to Cave here, they've got the top side of the minimap completely and utterly locked down. They're spawning there as well. This is going to be another difficult position from Luminosity. It's every time we look at Cave or Bunker, you're fighting from the poor side of the map if you're LG. It makes it so hard to try and win any gunfights. You're going to see the kill feed for a while is going to be basically all red. They're all set up on cover. These are such difficult odds. Hell of a gunfight win there from Cap, but will it actually result in an opening? We'll have to wait and see.
TJ Halley getting taken down in mid, trying to make his way through. As you can see, Rise Nation still in full control of Caves. Their setup was truly far back. They could create so much space for them to use, but finally, LG invert upon the cave, get the kills. 30 seconds remaining here on the first hard point of this next rotation. And we're going to see a little bit of action here, but Methodz is already pretty deep, and he's got Gunless behind him. These big shots now, taking Octane, having to push him back, suppressing his position there. But, oh, Octane, big win there from LG. The kind of the gunfights, they seem to be going LG's way, Clint, but Rise is still in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, LG is going to get the final 20 or so seconds there, but now, yeah, you're in a 4v3 then on rotation. It completely goes the way of Rise Nation. They're spawning bridge, and they're set up very nicely for ruins. You see they've got complete control. They have eyes over mid-map as well. This is going to be yet another tough break, and that's what the whole game has been to me. It's like Rise is set up early. LG finally breaks in. They get some kind of time, but hard point by hard point, the lead just increases a bit each time for Rise Nation. You can't win that way if you're LG.
Yeah, they're buying themselves more time in order to hold on to those places and retake them as well. And this is TJ again, just being an absolute nuisance for everyone on LG. This is a roundabout. Octane, though, coming in there with the bayonet, putting him down. Almost fully streaked out for Gunless as well. He's at 5 in a row. That's the 200-point mark broken there for Rise Nation. He will be dropped before able to get that mortar strike, but regardless, that is still going to be a ton of ordnance that they're going to be able to use in the next set of hardpoints.
Yeah, and he doesn't get that final kill, but he peppers bullets into 2 or 3 players that are trying to push into you. His teammates clean up everything, and now this is getting very, very scary. You're at the 220 mark. You're going to get the final 15 seconds. It's one of those games where you would basically need perfect hardpoint from Luminosity, and this just isn't a map where you can lock down, back-to-back 60-point hardpoints. I don't know how you come back at this if you're LG. They need a miracle.
Yeah, the stats are really not telling a good story for the guys on LG. Again, they're all being outslayed pretty heavily at this point. And T2, 32 and climbing now. This is the final moments here as Rise Nation looking to get their first notch on the belt here in pool play against LG. TJ picking up more kills, Gunless in the back end, Methodz raining death from above with that fighter pilot. It is really looking pretty sweet for the boys in the red trunks. And here comes another glide bomb. I mean, they just seem to have a blank check. They can keep these payloads coming. It's not been a problem for them whatsoever, and that is going to be a comfortable game 1 to Rise Nation.
Wonderful, wonderful performance from them. LG a little slow out the gate there in that series, but Rise continuing where they left off. Revan, what was your key takeaway from map number 1?
It just kind of felt that Luminosity throughout the game. They spent a lot of time fighting for spawns, and they were losing those battles consistently, which meant that they couldn't put any pressure onto the hard point.